Hey YouTube, I wanted to do a topic that I guess that I'm gonna open up and be a little honest today, that we all battle demons, and that one of my personal demons that I battled and overcame was a strong drug addiction. Back in 2005, I was a huge meth addict. It started off as something that I would go to the nightclubs and party with friends, and I was in college at this time and doing clinicals, and I was working, I can't remember where I was working at the time, in a store somewhere. I want to say, I don't remember. So here I was working, and I was doing um, clinicals, and I was in college, and I needed to up an upper to stay up. So I went to this nightclub that my friend ran, and I tried meth. And it was one of those things that I remember sitting in a booth and him offering me a line, and I tried it, and I was like, wow, within, I don't know, a few moments, I feel like I had the most sleep I ever had in my life. I felt energetic. I felt lively. I felt so many things. And at this time in my life, this was a long time ago, so I was still battling or trapped within myself. I was still kind of like hell-bent and very unhappy and very miserable and very sad. And so drugs was my escape. And so I took that line, and that was the end of it. Like, I just, after that, with feeling trapped and maybe feeling abandoned and maybe feeling depressed and with no one else to turn to, and my friends, turning their backs, and I felt like so unloved, and I just felt so lonely in my life. And I think drugs was the only way at that time for me to feel accepted. Like, it was like no matter what was not in my life, like they were there to make me feel better. But little did I know how destructive they were. Make a long story short, I went from using Tina, crystal, ice, meth, whatever. It was a party drug. It was something that I would use occasionally on the weekends. I would snort it. I would smoke it. I would hang with friends. We would party all night, and we would do it all weekend. Well, then 2 days or the weekend, Friday and Saturday, would turn from Friday and Saturday. Oh my gosh, hair is, ugh. Love my pink and white hair. Anyway, 2 days, like Friday and Saturday, would turn into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And before I knew it, I was completely out of control. I wasn't paying my bills. I was heavily, heavily addicted. I looked like, my hair started to fall out. My teeth started to mess up. My skin was, dying. My skin looked like Freddy Krueger got a hold of me. I mean, I had all these pits and all these bumps, and I remember I couldn't wake up without getting high. I remember points of time where I would use crystal and I would stay high for a week, and then I would crash for 3 straight days. I remember I lost like 2 jobs doing this because I went on a binge and I stayed up for 4 days, and then I was like, well, I'll just sleep for a few hours and wake up and I'll be ready to go to work. And next thing you knew, 3 days went by. Like, I lived with crystal meth addicts, and it was a meth house, and I did things that I was not proud of, and I dealt meth, and I lived it, and it was a part of my reality back in 2005. I want you to know that the only way to get past your addiction is you have to be strong enough in your mind. You have to know that mind over matter. And the thing that got me off of dope and off of being dead, because I know if I was still using, I wouldn't be here today, is I had a very strong mind. And I had to quit cold turkey. But when I quit cold turkey, I had to disassociate from everybody that I knew that was using at that time, which at that time, it was all my friends, because the only friends that I had at that time were meth addicts. So I can say to this day, I know that it's done permanent damage in some ways to my brain. Of that, I'm sure. It did eat a little enamel off of a couple of my teeth. However, from my oil pulling and the dentist visits, we were able to correct that without me losing my teeth or without having to wear false teeth or without having to get anything pulled. Again, I just want addicts or anybody out there battling a demon. This is just one of my demons, okay? And I've had several. I'm not afraid and I'm not ashamed to say that I've battled the devil, that I've come across demons, that I have not been a perfect person. I'm the most imperfect person that I know. But I want you to also know that it is possible to kick the habit, that you don't have to live your life that way, that it, at the bottom line, at the end of the day, it is a choice. And I know that when I was coming off of meth, I went through hell. For a week, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I just wanted to die. I had the chills. I was fighting the devil. It was the most horrible come off drug it was one of the hardest things I've ever endured in my life, was beating that. But I beat it. And I beat it years ago. And I've been clean for 10 years now, just about. So I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, there were times where it spiraled out of control and maybe I would use meth and then I would go on cocaine binges and then maybe I would drop an ecstasy pill and I smoked enough weed to kill a damn donkey. Anyway, who is anybody to, I don't care what you say. I'm honest. I'm telling you that I've battled the devil, that I've had my demons, that I've been an addict, and that it is possible to kick that in the ass, that you don't have to live your life battling demons and unhappy and an addict. But it has to start in your head. It has to start in your heart. When it starts off in your heart and you know that's what you want to do, you'll convince your mind of it. When you convince your mind that you can do anything, anything and everything is possible. So I just want people out there to know that whether you're a drug addict or you're battling this or you're battling demons or that we all have battled our own demons. And I am an imperfect person. I've definitely battled addiction. I get addicted to things to this day. It just doesn't happen to be crystal and it doesn't happen to be dope. I'm still a very imperfect person on an imperfect journey. Who wants to be perfect anyway? And what's perfect to your mind is not perfect to mine. So we're all on this journey. We all battle. And I just want you to know you're not alone out there. Thank you and have a blessed day.